araw po mga ka-Q&A. Ito po si Atty. A. Erwin Bautista sa ating programang US Visa Q&A. Ang topic po natin ngayon ay napakainit. Yun pong memo na lumabas nung May 21, 2026 na nagbabawal na ng adjustment of status. Ito po yun Ito po yung Policy Memorandum -602-0199. Subject: Adjustment of status is a matter of discretion and administrative grace and an extraordinary relief that permits applicants to dispense with the ordinary consular visa process. So, ang effect po nito ay para dun lamang sa mga mag-a-apply for the first time ng green card dito sa US. Ano po? Lalo na yung dumating bilang non-immigrant, student, or non-immigrant worker, or lalo na yung mga tourist na out of status. Ano po? So, ngayon, completely ba na bawal na at hindi na pwede? Hindi po. Meron pong exemptions. Ano po? Ano po ba yung exemptions na yan? Ang exemptions po dyan ay kailangan merong extraordinary act and a matter of grace na pagbabasihan yung USCIS para i-grant yung adjustment dito sa US. Ano po? Ano po ba yung ibig sabihin nun? Ano ang dapat meron ka if you are an applicant for adjustment of status in the United States? Ano po? So, ito po ay sang-ayon po doon sa case na Patel versus INS 738F as in Frank 2nd 239 under the 7th Circuit, 1984 case. So, in order to qualify for this extraordinary act and administrative grace, meaning pag nag-file ka ng adjustment of status, lalo na out of status ka o na dumating ka sa non-immigrant tourist, student, J1, yung walang 2-year homestay, tsaka H1B. So, mga non-immigrant status po yan. Sang-ayon doon sa Policy Memorandum 602-0199 ay hindi na matter of routine ang pag-a-adjust dito sa Amerika. Kailangan ay mayroong extraordinary act or administrative grace. So, ano ba ang kailangan nyo ipakita? Ito po yan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 possible reasons or basis or favorable factors. Number 1, strong family ties. Having immediate family members such as a spouse, parents, or children who are U.S. citizens or lawful permanent residents. So usually, ang nag-a-apply po niyan yung spouse. So, na US citizen, pina-apply niya ng petition, nag-a-apply naman ng adjustment yung kanyang spouse. So, number 1, strong family ties. Number 2, long-term local residence. So, a history of lengthy, continuous physical presence and stable living in the US. So, pangalawang factor po yan. Pangatlo, respect for law and order. Maintaining a clean record, clear of criminal history. Disqualifying po yung criminal record. At saka pag may criminal record, baka inadmissible. Ano po? So, dapat meron kang record of respect for law and order. Number 3 po yun. Number 4, community contributions. Like honorable service in the U.S. Armed Forces, unpaid community service, or public volunteer initiatives. So, number 4 po yan, mga community contributions. Yung mga nagbo-volunteer kayo sa mga civic groups or sa simbahan ninyo. Number 5, financial and civil compliance. Consistent history of paying local, state, and federal taxes meeting child support demands, and fulfilling civil court orders. So number 5 po yan, financial and civil compliance. And number 6, the last one, last example of extraordinary act or administrative grace na basis, institutional cooperation. Active or historic cooperation with domestic law, enforcement agencies, or investigations. So, kapag meron kanyan, baka sakaling pagbigyan ka despite this policy memorandum 602-0199 that came out on May 21st, 2026. Ngayon, meron din pong mga adverse factors. So, kapag kayo ay meron nito, ay sigurado na hindi kayo makakakuha ng adjustment dito sa US. So, ano-ano ba ito? May 4 ito eh. So, ito yung mga adverse factors, Number 1, preconceived intent or bad faith entry. So, entering the US on a temporary tourist visa with the predetermined bad faith intent to stay permanently. Kapag kayo ay pumunta rito with a tourist visa, tapos nag-resign na pala kayo sa trabaho nyo, yung mga apartment nyo ay isinorender nyo na ang lease, halatang halata na may preconceived intent. Or pagka talaga ang plano nyo ay pakasalan yung boyfriend ninyo, ay sigurado na yun. Preconceived intent or bad faith entry. So, number 1 yon. Number 2, unauthorized employment. So, pag kayo nagtrabaho, usually pinagbibigyan ito, pinatatawad dito kapag ang petitioner ay US citizen spouse. Pero ngayon, factor na ito as a adverse factor or negative behavior, unauthorized employment without legal employment authorization document. So, number 3, immigration fraud or misrepresentation. Ay hindi lang hindi lang disqualification ito sa adjustment of status in the United States. Inadmissibility na ito, immigration fraud or misrepresentation, deliberately making false statements or fabricating evidence on past applications to gain immigration benefits. So, ano ibig sabihin nito? Meron kang inadmissibility, immigration fraud, or misrepresentation, kailangan mo pa ng waiver dito. So, bago ka mabigyan ng adjustment, madideny ka na muna bago ka pa makapag-apply nito. So, doon ka na sa country of origin mo, nag-a-apply ka na ng consular processing sa embassy, kailangan mo pang mag-file nito kung meron kang immigration fraud or misrepresentation. Number 3 yan. Number 4, repeated violations. Demonstrating a pattern of non-compliance such as repeatedly overstaying visas or ignoring immigration restrictions. So, yan po yung 4 na adverse factors or negative behaviors. So, hindi po totally bawal ang pag-adjust ng status dito sa US dahil dito sa bagong memorandum, Policy Memorandum 602-0199, Pero para kang dumadaan sa butas ng karayom ngayon, para ka mabigyan ng green card dito sa US. So, ulitin po natin yung 6 positive factors that you might have, or you should have. Number 1, strong family ties. Number 2, long-term local residence. Number 3, respect for law and order. Number 4, community contributions. Number 5, financial and civil compliance. And number 6, institutional cooperation. Ano naman yung 4 na adverse factors that you should not have, negative factors po ito. Number 1, preconceived intent or bad faith entry. Number 2, unauthorized employment. Number 3, immigration fraud or misrepresentation. And number 4, repeated violations. So, yan po ang ating topic for today. Ito po si Attorney A. Erwin Bautista. Tayo ay napapakinggan din sa radiophilam.com. So, yan po at maraming salamat sa inyong patuloy na pakikinig. Kung pwede po, subscribe. Maraming salamat po.